Okay, so these videos are for to learn how to do total surface area, which is the TSA. So it's the area outside the 3D figure. So some examples: when you have a rectangular prism, you can choose any pair of parallel sides to be bases. Remember, we're going to follow these steps for everything that we do. We're going to identify the 3D solid to be a prism or a pyramid or a cone or a cylinder, hemisphere, or sphere. And we're going to then write the formula, shade the bases, mark the height, redraw the base, fill in the numbers into the formula. So when you have rectangular prisms, you have some choices. Your bases could be, they have to be parallel and congruent. So they could be the top and the bottom, they could be the front and the back, they could be the left and the right. So we're just going to do one of these, and I'm just going to choose, and this may be different than how I had it just now to show you, but I'm just going to choose the left and the right to be the bases. So I'll shade those in. And then that means that my height, remember, height is always the distance between the bases. We have that on our gold sheet here, that the height is the distance between the bases. That's why it's very helpful to shade your bases. So here the height is 8, and this is a rectangular prism. And then I'm going to draw the base. I'm going to redraw the base. That's a really important part of solving these. So this part is 5, and this part is 8. So then I'm going to find, it's going to be helpful if I write down the formula for the total surface area of a rectangular prism. So that's going to be this right here. So the total surface area is 2 times the area of a base, because there are 2 bases, plus the perimeter of the base times the height. That's the capital H, which is the distance between the 2 bases. So actually, I already know the height. And so now I need to find the area of the base and the perimeter of the base. So I'm really just looking at this shape to decide, like, what is the area and what is the perimeter. And you know that the base is a rectangle. So you can go back to your 2D figures and find the area of a rectangle. Remember, a rectangle is a kind of parallelogram. You should already know the area of a rectangle, but base times height, little base times little height, little b, little h. So that is going to be my 8 times 5, because they have to meet at a right angle. So the area of the base is 40. So that's another thing that's going into my formula. And then I just need one more piece, and then I'll be ready to put together my formula. So the last thing I need is the perimeter of the base. So I'll say the perimeter of the base. Remember, that's when I add up all the sides. And I know that in a rectangle, the opposite sides are congruent. So 8 plus 5 plus 8 plus 5. So that is 26. So that's going to go right there. And then I'll just get my calculator and I'll figure out what these things are. So I know that 2 times 40 is 80, and 26 times 8. Let's get the calculator. Okay, so the 26 times 8, I just want to double check in my calculator, is 208. And then I'll add that to the 80, and I will get 288 square meters for my final answer.